Haitian President Jovenel Moise was assassinated at his private residence overnight. The interim prime minister is now in charge of the Caribbean country. CTV's Akshay Tandon is standing by with more. Akshay, what are we hearing from the interim prime minister?
Hi, Bev. So we know that the interim prime minister held a press conference there, and he's actually urging the UN now, the UN Security Council, to look into the matters of what's happening within Haiti. And he's also urging for an international investigation into the assassination of President Moise. Now, we know that President Moise was attacked. He was shot dead at his residence overnight by unidentified attackers.
This morning at 1 a.m., a group of people attacked the residence of the president of Haiti, Jovenel Moise. During this attack, the president was killed. His wife is in a critical condition right now in a hospital. According to the prime minister, at 1 a.m., this group of people entered by force in the residence of the president. And during this action, these people were speaking Spanish and English. So that's precisely what we know.
Now, these are the first visuals coming to us of the property that was attacked last night where the president was residing, Bev. You can see on the walls some bullet marks still, of course. And now that entire area is surrounded by security forces. Now, it was early morning hours on Wednesday. The streets were largely empty in the Caribbean nation's capital of Port-au-Prince, but some people ransacked businesses in one area. And even before the assassination, Haiti had grown increasingly unstable and disgruntled under Moise. The president ruled by decree for more than 2 years after the country failed to hold elections, and the opposition demanded he step down in recent months. In the past few months, we have seen several protests also break out in that country. Haiti's economic, political, and social woes have been, deepened recently, with gang violence spiking heavily in Port-au-Prince, inflation spiraling, and food and fuel becoming scarcer at times in a country where 60% of the population makes less than $2 a day. Now, we understand the president's wife is in a critical condition, Bev. She has been transported to Miami for further medical aid that she requires. We also understand that the interim prime minister, Joseph, has now assumed part at the moment, while he says the police and the army are taking care of the security situation in the country. Bev?
Yeah, and there's certainly been swift international reaction to this. What can you tell us?
That's right, Bev. A lot of reactions that are coming in. Let's make a start with what the Canadian Prime Minister is saying. He's called this attack as appalling, and he's saying that Canada stands with the people of Haiti and the government of Haiti. We also heard from Joe Biden, U.S. President, earlier today. Here's what he had to say briefly.
We need a lot more information, but it's very worrisome about the state of Haiti.
Does the U.S. have a role in seeking justice? Mr. President, these attacks keep happening. At what point does the United States respond?
And then we're also hearing from UK's Prime Minister Boris Johnson, who says, "I am shocked and saddened at the death of President Moise. Our condolences are with his family and the people of Haiti. This is an abhorrent act, and I call for calm at this time." In fact, reactions are also coming in from UN Secretary General Guterres as well, who maintains that the UN will stand by the people and the government of Haiti. Back to you, Beth.
Okay, Akshay, thank you very much.